Go. Yeah. Go. Good morning, Valley Christian. I'm Kevin Zelaya. 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 Good morning, Valley Christian. I'm and you're watching VCTV.
Good morning, Valley Christian. My name is Mariah, and I'll be reading your morning announcements. JSB tickets will be sold April 18th through the 21st, but only seniors can buy tickets April 18th and 19th. Remember, you must have your signed order forms and your guest passes must be completed. Tickets are $80 for Valley students and $90 for guests. Remember, girls, to submit your dress pics by April 27th. Dodgeball today at lunch. It will be Team Jacob Looney versus Team Joshua Crofy. Sophomores, you guys have a mixer on April 28th from 5 to 8 in the gym. It's going to be a series of sports tournaments, so team signups are in Hall A, and there will be prizes, pizza, and soda, so come if you're interested. Also, remember tomorrow is the first Friday of the month, so make sure to wear any Valley t-shirt. AP Students Kaplan is offering a free AP Prepathon online April 22nd and April 23rd, so if you're interested, register at captest.com/AP Prepathon. And those are your morning announcements.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mr. Sprick, and we're going to talk about March Madness.
Hello.
So first off, I want to ask, when did it begin, and, how did it start?
The Timmy the Dutchman March Madness tournament started in 1988. That was actually 2 years before I started working here. And it was started by the principal of Valley Christian High School at that time. His name was Tim Hoeksema, and his nickname was Timmy the Dutchman. So it's called the Timmy the Dutchman Award. And so it's been going now for 30 years.
So why was his nickname Timmy the Dutchman?
I don't know why his nickname was Timmy the Dutchman. He's, like a lot of teachers here, his background is Dutch, and I think he wore that proudly, so it was just kind of a nickname that stuck for him.
So this is obviously one of the prizes for winning, but I've heard other teachers talk about a free lunch and stuff, so can you explain that?
Unlike a lot of March Madness tournaments, we knew that we didn't want to make it about money. So there is an entry fee, but the entry fee goes to pay the small costs we have for the tournament, like putting names on this trophy, the software we use to run the tournament, and then everybody gets a lunch to celebrate after the tournament is over. We buy Togo sandwiches and bring them into the faculty lounge, and we all have a Togo's lunch together, where we also have a little trophy award ceremony. The winner does get their lunch for free. That's about the only prize, and they get bragging rights, and they get to keep the trophy for a year.
That's cool. So what are some different requirements to be in a tournament? I know you have to be a teacher or a spouse of a teacher, but are there any other? Currently,
the rules are the tournament is open to all current and former Valley staff and faculty and their spouses. So we still have many people who haven't worked here for a few years that still love to participate in the tournament. In fact, one of them was the spouse of a former teacher, Mr. Daniel Park, who won last year.
I think that's really cool. So what are some of the different rules for playing in this bracket? Because obviously, teachers talk smack this whole month, so there has to be
the person
some
who
rules.
started it, he really wanted to have a tournament that was not just for people who love basketball, but he wanted to have it for people who maybe don't care about basketball so much, but it gives them something to do together. So like a lot of brackets, you make your first picks, and we do them on the computer now to make it easy. But then after we get to the Sweet 16, you get to pick a second set of picks to kind of make up points. And then those are added to the first picks. And then at this stage, at the Final Four stage, we do 1/3 round of picks that get added to the first picks. So the concept of being able to kind of supplement your picks as you go along is something unique to this tournament too.
Okay, and so you've obviously won this tournament about, three times? Three times.
Yes.
So how does it feel to be a winner
It feels cool. It's fun. It's a little thing. I think more than anything, it's just something fun to do together as a faculty. Something that brings us together and gives us a reason to have a lunch together and just have fun and talk together in the lounge about it.
So did you brag about it that year or those years?
I remember the first time I won was before I was actually helping to run it, and that was back in 1996. Boy, a long time ago. And then again in 2001, my daughter thinks she was my lucky charm because that was right when my daughter was born. And then the last time I won was in 2011. I think the most common winner is Mrs. Taminga, which is Mr. Taminga's wife. She's won 2 times, both back to back, so that's why her nickname is Double Double.
So who's in first place right now?
Right now, Big T is in first place. That's Mrs. Peterson.
Why is her nickname Big T?
You'll have to ask her that. I'm not sure.
Okay, so who's in last place right now?
Mrs. Brewer.
Oh.
And her nickname is Brew's Got No Clue.
Oh. Well, it's still anybody's game, so...
There's a lot. Yeah, it's not so much for Mrs. Peterson. It really depends. I mean, I think even people that are down as low as 6th place right now, like Mrs. Gardner, who has Gonzaga as a pick, has a good chance if Gonzaga comes through.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a lot of fun, and it's not about the money. It's about bragging rights and about just having fun together as a school team. And that was one of the things about Valley that attracted me here, because I was told by former students that it's just a fun place where teachers really interact a lot with students, and it's a good place to do study seriously, but it's also good to have things where you don't take yourself so seriously and have fun too.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm here with Mrs. Peterson. Mrs. Peterson, how does it feel to be so close to winning the teacher bracket?
It feels pretty good. I was in first place for a few days, and I gloated those few days, but I ended up in 3rd overall. So kind of bummed, but hey, I'm near the top, so that's good.
How did you choose your bracket? Because we looked, and last year you were in like dead last, and now
Thanks for that.
Well, and now you're like the underdog. You were so close.
Yeah.
How'd you choose?
I have a pretty scientific system. Like if I know someone from that area, or if I visited that area, or if I like their colors, or if I like their mascot. Yeah, I knew someone who used to live in Oregon, so I had Oregon going pretty far. That was the extent of my deciding. I like to pick upsets, and sometimes that pays off, and sometimes apparently like last year, it does not.
But this year it did pay off.
Yeah, I called some good ones. If they have a cool name, Xavier, I like that name. So.
Yeah, well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year, yes. I'll use my same system.
Yep.
See how it goes for me then.
Yep.
All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm here with Mrs. Verhoeven, who came in last in the teacher bracket. How does that feel?
It's not great, but it is what it is. I started off my bracket in like kind of middle of the road range, and upsets are worth more points. So when we get to redo brackets, I just picked a lot of upsets with hopes that would boost me up, and it didn't.
So it didn't go as planned.
The upsets did not work out.
Have you won any of the bracket or tournaments in the past?
I have not won any of the school ones. I've come close on my family one. But again, not this year. This year was
What
not
do you
great.
think was the closest you've gotten, like the highest? Like, have you been 3rd place?
Well,
Or
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and I don't know if you can look at your old brackets, but I've probably placed top 3 before. I don't remember exactly, but I've not been close. On Timmy the Dutchman, not even close.
so, as I know you're a math teacher, so the average would be like bottom.
I'm
Would you
usually
say?
somewhere. I mean, this year, yes,
This
dead
year was
last.
dead last.
But I'm usually somewhere in the middle.
middle?
But yeah, I haven't. I'm not super mathematical about my picks.
So you just choose.
Which I should be, right? Being a math teacher, but it's always like, oh shoot, I have to get my bracket in by this afternoon. Here, let's just. So I don't really factor in all the scoring so much.
Well, that's better than someone who puts in all their time and then it doesn't work out. I feel
don't
like.
know. Well, yeah, if I put in a lot of time and it didn't work out, bummer. But yeah,
It's just like, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not I'm super competitive typically. I'm not super competitive with this. Like, I don't do my research. I just kind of pick. I want the Togo sandwich.
That's all you're looking forward
Yeah.
to. As long as you get that, you're good.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I'm the real winner.
Yes, something like that.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
I'm Mariah Easley, and on behalf of all VCTV crew, have a great day, Valley Christian.